this is John Stiles, Realtor with Bridge Realty. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Real Estate Styles, where I share helpful tips on all things real estate. Today I'm pleased to introduce to you Heidi Pliam from Resolve Counsel, and Heidi is a lawyer, a coach, and a real estate investor. So I'm excited to talk to you today, Heidi.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be here. Thanks.
Great. And today we're going to talk about resolving and minimizing conflict in real estate investing. So Heidi, just to kind of set the stage for this topic, what are some of the key relationships that someone's going to have as a real estate investor?
Mm-hmm. Well, inevitably you're going to have contractors to deal with, whether you're a rehabber or you're buy and hold that needs fixing up later. You might have business partners, you might have investors, you might have tenants. Those are the main ones.
Yeah, okay. And then, so talking about minimizing conflict, what are some global principles that can apply to all these different relationships and help the different parties kind of focus on the ultimate goal of working together?
Absolutely. I think the common thread in all relationships, regardless of real estate or anything, is just you get more of what you want when you are focused on meeting the needs of other people. And in meeting those needs of other people, you end up meeting your own needs. That's the main thing. When people come into my office because they have an intractable dispute they can't figure out between themselves, or in many cases because they just haven't bothered, they're too afraid to talk to each other, whatever the case is, they don't talk to each other. When we sit down, I have a template I go through, and so that tends to be more about helping people understand what is it that they actually want themselves. That sounds so easy. It's not. So we go through a process there, or it might be the next thing is how do we understand what's going on with that other person? We talk through strategically how to communicate in a way that other person understands what it is that you need and want. And then we talk about the relationship as a dynamic whole, and so there's maybe language we could agree on that will facilitate that we get to do what we want to get done here together, and finding that mutual interest so we can all succeed at what we want. Okay.
Yeah, and typically when it comes to real estate investing, what we want is to make money. Yeah. It's investing. So if somebody's in one of these situations where there is a conflict, mm-hmm. What is the best way that they could move forward with maybe learning more about the resolving these conflicts, mm-hmm. or even hiring you to counsel them through it?
Right. Well, so what's interesting about that, you make the point that's very important, that we are, we want to make money in these relationships. Let's not be shy about that. But it's also not the only thing. So, a quality of life in which we're not conflict-ridden, which brings on stress, minimizes time with family, and frankly, the conflicts add up to minimizing your bottom line profitability as well. So, I think, kind of more to your question, what we're conditioned to do in society when we have a conflict is we go see a lawyer. Well, I'm a lawyer, okay, fine. But, most lawyers are not necessarily trained in dispute resolution, and that can escalate the problem rather than de-escalate the problem. So I think if you're in a situation like this, seek out somebody who's really sensitive to that, just jamming, demands at people and using the power tools that the court is excellent at, or lawyers are excellent at, stepping back and looking at this in a broader way of meeting people's needs. And that's where I think you're going to end up in a, conflict resolution center, mediation type context, and to be more effective at what you want.
Yeah, so whenever possible, solving something outside of a court system can usually help both parties to more win the outcome rather than there be a winner and a loser.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Courts are really about identifying expediently who's the winner, who's the loser, because it's in society's best interest to define that quickly and without as much, without cost. Not the party's best interest. That parties are often better off kind of working through things, but it's not expedient from societal resources. So go to courts if maybe all else fails, and you need to sometimes just decide who is the winner, who is the loser. Let's move on, and
Yeah.
that's appropriate too.
Yep.
Right tool in the right toolbox at the right time is what
Yeah.
we'd go for.
Okay. Well, do you have like a website that people can go to in order to learn more about you and your practice?
Thank you for asking. Yes, resolvecounsel.com.
Okay. Very good. Well, I appreciate you coming in to talk about this. And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Real Estate Styles. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, a like, and a share to your friends who maybe are also investing in real estate or thinking about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next episode, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.
Thanks.